If you were to draw a line from your body out towards the future, you'd probably think that it was in front of you. And I bet you if I asked you where the past was, you'd think that it was behind you. But did you know that the Aymara people of Bolivia, they believe that the past is in front of them and the future is behind them? Seems a little bit strange, right? This is a simple demonstration that you believe what your culture teaches you to believe. But wouldn't it make more sense that the past is in front of you? Because you can see the past. You can see what's happened, what's gone before you. And wouldn't it make more sense that the future is behind you because I can't see what's behind me? The way that you perceive time, the way that you perceive reality has been taught to you. I'm here walking backwards on the beach in Gijón, Spain, the northern coast of Spain. It is a beautiful, if not cloudy day. And I woke up early because I was sharing a room with two travelers on the Camino de Santiago de Compostela, the famous pilgrimage along many routes in Spain, but they're walking specifically the northern route. And so I got up early, came out to catch the sunrise here on the beach, and I started walking backwards because this is really therapeutic for my knees. It helps me keep my knees strong. And something I learned as I've injured my knees several times in my life, but recently I've been helped quite a bit by the knees over toes guy. And he really encourages slow, intentional backwards walking. And as I was doing that, it reminded me that, yes, the Aymara people of Bolivia, where I used to live, where actually technically I'm a citizen, they have this perspective that what is behind them, they can't see, they don't know, they can't tell what's happening, they don't know what to expect, and therefore it represents the future. And in front of them is the past because they've seen it, because they've been through it. And this is really helpful because I work with what's called timeline therapy. Now, timeline therapy is essentially tapping into the unconscious mind, asking it, where is time for you? If we have past events and future events, our unconscious mind navigates and organizes them on some sort of a timeline, this invisible line that exists within our mind relative to our body. And so I tap into my clients' unconscious mind, I help them to get the answer and say, where's the future? And sometimes they point that way, and sometimes they point that way. Sometimes it runs through their body, sometimes it runs in front of their vision, outside of their body. And all of these things have effects and reflect how our mind works, what our relationship with time is, if we're punctual or not. But it also is a way that we organize all of these experiences that we've gone through. And these experiences create everlasting imprints upon us because we experience traumas, grief, sadness. It all has to do with what's called the Gestalt, which is basically more or less these tidy little boxes of language that our unconscious mind learned in order to organize different emotions that we have. So for example, as a child, you don't really have language yet. So you are experiencing anger, and it is just an energy. It is just a vibration that passes and courses through your body. An energy that you feel as a but it doesn't have a label yet. And then enough times this occurs and somebody comes up to you and says, oh honey, you're angry. Boom, a box is created. We have a label. The unconscious mind has a word to give to it. And so then it organizes all of the anger events in that box. All of the anger experiences go and sit in that tiny little box. And then there's also the fear and the guilt and the shame and all of these core emotions, positive and negative. But when we're working with timeline therapy, we're here to release the weight and the energy of the negative emotions. Okay, so we're walking along through life and we continue having negative emotions, these negative events, and they get organized in these boxes. But what if I told you that because you have a lot of energy tied to some of these emotions, that you are actually predisposed to encounter more experiences that will create similar emotions because that is what your mind expects. Because you have had emotions related to experiences that taught you that you were not enough, that you had to work hard to earn love, that money is painful, whatever these things are, that your unconscious mind categorizes them and in fact looks for opportunities that will create that truth in you. So much so that it's almost like, because every time I go to the beach, I walk and I bump into someone because the beach is always crowded, then I'll be walking backwards into the future through time. And I will, even though this is a quite empty and wide open beach, I will still somehow walk into somebody. Maybe that person's not paying attention, I'm not paying attention. Bam, we bump into each other. And I say, fuck, the beach is always busy. Why are there always so many people on the beach? The thing is that my unconscious mind will have me tend to unconsciously walk towards the person, even though there's so much space here, because I am predisposed and my unconscious mind is looking to confirm my truth, my reality, that this beach or any beach is always going to be crowded. So much so, in fact, that I will likely be drawn to beaches that are crowded. I'll probably end up in destinations where there's overcrowded and overpopulated beaches, even though just a matter of a few kilometers down the road, there might be an absolutely abandoned beach, but it doesn't matter because my unconscious mind will always show me the opportunity to be in something that is my truth, the thing that I believe, the world that I have constructed or that has been constructed for me. So as I walk down the beach backwards, you see how I even wanted to check to see where the fuck am I going? Because when we're walking into the future, the unknown, we want to be able to predict it. But the funny thing is that your unconscious mind is actually already contributing to the pre-creation of your future based upon your past, based upon the negative emotions you've experienced, the traumas that you've experienced, and these negative experiences which have caused you to create a reality for yourself. Something that says, well, that one time my mom denied me the breast when I was hungry, and so therefore it must be true that I never get what I want, and therefore I go the rest of my life with my unconscious mind filtering out reality, trying to fit everything into these neat little tidy language boxes so that I continue to experience life over and over again, a never-ending spiral of the same old crap. But what if I told you that you could get rid of that? What if I told you that by navigating your timeline, by sitting and consciously observing where your timeline is, asking your unconscious mind to show you, using visualization techniques to navigate your timeline, that you could take all of that grief, that anger, that sadness, that frustration, and you could instantly release an entire lifetime worth of those negative emotions. You could take beliefs like I'm not good enough, like I don't deserve to be wealthy, like, God, wealthy people are evil. And you could take those things and completely delete them from your unconscious mind. You can say to your unconscious mind, hey, I don't like that program, let's get rid of it. And then it does. And then all of a sudden, as you're walking down the beach, you find open spaces. You find peace and calm because your unconscious mind is now wired to support you in what you're choosing to believe to be true rather than what has been imposed upon you. Now, what are the benefits of this? Well, you get to create your life in the way that you desire. You get to be the conscious creator of your reality. You get to be essentially God in your life. Not because you are the all-being, all-seeing, all-knowing, but you are a part of the all-being, all-seeing, all-knowing. You are a little aspect of God, just like a little drop of the ocean that contains the whole ocean within it. You are this little piece of consciousness that has chosen to separate itself illusorily from itself in order to witness itself. You are God witnessing itself. And God, what is God? Well, it says that God was created, man was created in the image of God. Well, God is a creator. God is the creator, and therefore you are a creator too. But you are not creating consciously. You are creating by default. You are creating by a program. You are creating based upon the traumas and the social conditioning that you have been given. And that is why, by doing this timeline therapy, doing the work that I do with my clients, you get to completely and radically change the way that your reality is programmed. You get to hack into the code of your matrix and create the life that you desire. Now, if that sounds exciting to you, I want you to follow the information below that describes to you what's called a breakthrough session, which is essentially where we in one day get to break through and release all of the old programs that don't serve you anymore. And if you're really looking to get help and get guided into learning how to create the life of your own dreams, then follow the information there to learn more about a 90-day coaching program that I offer, where I help you to hack your mind, change your reality, learn how to heal your nervous system, and equip you with tools so that you can create your life in whatever way you desire. Because most people are not living the way they desire to live, but most people also have no clue how they want to live. They don't know what they really desire. They don't know what goals they really want to achieve because they have never given themselves permission to sit down and truly tap in to that vision. My name is Christopher Armstrong, and I'm here to help you to recognize that the things that label you as disordered, the things that society has told you that is wrong with you, is actually your superhero superpower. And that once you start to learn how your mind and body work, start to learn that this body is a gift given to you, chosen by you, then you will start to create the life of your dreams. And that life of your dreams will actually help the rest of the planet to heal. So if this has hit you at all, subscribe, like, send this to a friend who maybe could benefit from this. And I look forward to sharing more with you to help you to understand how you can change your perspective and learn everything that school didn't teach you.